Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. We are a single day away from the Destiny 2 gameplay premiere. It will be broadcast live at 10 AM Pacific, and you may want to tune in an hour early as Community Manager Deej has promised some interesting interviews in the hour leading up to the start of the event. But before then, we have some weekly rituals to run through in good old Destiny 1, including the second appearance of Wrath of the Machine as the weekly featured raid. There's also some notable weapons in the tower this week, so let's get into it. Starting with the Crucible featured playlist, we have Mayhem Clash, as if you didn't get enough of that last week. But if you're not entirely sick of it, this is a very quick way to get some extra marks. Also, we still don't have regular old Rumble, so we'll have to probably wait another week until we can get that back. The only reason I care is so I can finish my Age of Triumph record book. Next up we have the story playlist, and this week we have Dark Champions, which is the story missions from the Dark Below and the House of Wolves. The modifiers this week are Solar Burn and Brawler. Next up we have the Siva Crisis Heroic playlist. This week's modifiers are Solar Burn, Specialist, and Fresh Troops. This is a fantastic week to grind out strikes if you still need 400 light or just want to get a lot of reputation. Moving on to the weekly Nightfall strike, this week we have Winter's Run, and the modifiers are Specialist, Chaff, Ironclad, and Exposure. It shouldn't be too bad, and Specialist is going to be your saving grace. And of course, moving on to the weekly featured raid, this week we have the return of Wrath of the Machine with the Vosik and Aksis challenges available to complete. If you want to see my guide on how to get these challenges done, you can click the link in the description. Moving on to the recommended weapons available at the tower vendors, let's start with the obligatory palindrome rolls this week. We have another great week with Sure Shot IS, and then we have a choice between Triple Tap and Spray and Play, and we have a choice in the second column for Reinforced Barrel and Lightweight, and then the final perk is Hidden Hand. From Dead Orbit, we have a pretty decent Extremophile. This is one of my favorite rifles. You have a choice between high caliber rounds and quick draw in the first column. The second column has perfect balance in Spray and Play, and the final perk again is Hidden Hand. If you haven't played around with this auto rifle yet, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. Moving on to the Vanguard Quartermaster, we have Angel's Advocate, which is pretty good. You have Outlaw in the first column, and then a choice between Perfect Balance and Hammer Forged, and the final perk is Reactive Reload. From FWC, we have a pretty good Wounded this week. You have a choice between high caliber rounds and lightweight, a choice between Perfect Balance and Triple Tap, and finally you have Crowd Control. I'm beginning to discover that this weapon is a very good all-around scout rifle, and with the right perks, it can be pretty deadly. Anyways, we're less than 28 hours away from the gameplay premiere. I'll be at my day job today, so if you get anything else from Bungie, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Twitter, so be sure to follow me at FutureFoe. If there's enough teases and news today, I may put together a video and post it at 6 AM Pacific, which has become my new default time slot for my morning videos. Otherwise, the next time we'll talk will be after we see Destiny 2 in action. I can't wait. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time. By breaking submachine guns into their own category, they can increase their rate of fire and damage and offset that increase in DPS by reducing their base range. So you can think of them as the shotguns of the primary slot, allowing you to take advantage of high-risk, high-reward scenarios and use your abilities at closer ranges.